Hello, I'm Xander Silver, and this is part 1 of my Wakfu Introduction guide. This guide is meant to help new players learn how to play the game or fill in knowledge gaps of more experienced players. In this guide, I'm going to go over character movement in combat, lock, dodge, and turning. When you're in a fight, and it's your turn, the cells your character will walk through to get to your cursor will light up. When you left-click, they will take the highlighted path. Make sure if there are hazards on the map that you pay attention to the auto-pathing so your character doesn't walk through them. If you pay attention and take care to walk around the hazard, everything will be fine. Hovering your cursor over your character will show how far your character can move. Here we can see that Nork can move up to 3 additional cells because she has 3 remaining MP. Now there are some red cells showing up in Nork's path. If Nork moves to those cells, she will be locked. This is because her dodge is too low compared to 10 Punch Sip's lock. 10 Punch, on the other hand, can freely move around Nork without getting locked because of Nork's pitiful -35 lock. What is the significance of getting locked? To lock is to hold an adversary in place by making them spend extra AP and MP to move away from you. If your dodge stat isn't high enough to counteract their lock stat, you will have to use extra resources to move away from the one locking you. I like to call that a dodge loss. The dodge and lock formula looks something like this, but don't worry about memorizing it and just keep in mind that you need about double a character's lock in your dodge to freely move around them, and about double a character's dodge and lock to make them take the full MP penalty for moving away from you. Nork has foolishly decided to walk to a cell that would cause her to get locked, showing us what it looks like when you hover your cursor over a character that is locked. We can see now how far Nork can move while taking a dodge loss. 10 Punch's lock causes her to only have enough resources to move up to 1 cell. When Nork tries to move, the game shows how much it will cost her to make the movement. In this case, she will lose 3 AP and 3 MP, plus the MP cost of moving 1 cell, for a total loss of 3 AP and 4 MP. If she tries to move further, the highlighted cells will turn red because she does not have enough MP to make that movement. It's Nork's turn again, and she decides to move away from 10 Punch, taking the dodge loss. The resources she lost from dodging show up in the green chat, which is the game text and combat log chat. Most important information about a fight can be found in this chat channel. Keep in mind, lock and dodge apply to every fighter, including players and mobs, with specific exceptions. It becomes a very important part of game strategy, especially in later levels. Another part of movement is changing the direction your character is facing. You can use the arrow buttons beneath your health on the bottom of your screen, or your arrow keys to turn your character. The way you're facing is important for certain spells and mechanics, as well as making sure you don't get hit from vulnerable areas. If an enemy attacks from in front of your character, including everything in this yellow zone, it will be considered a front stab hit. If an enemy attacks from anywhere to the sides in this blue zone, it will be considered a side stab hit. Take note that between the front stab and side stab zones, the cells exactly diagonal to the character are considered front stab. If an attack comes from directly diagonal, it will choose the less threatening option. Any attack that comes from this red zone is a backstab hit. Again, note that the cells exactly diagonal to the character are still considered side stab, and only the cells between that are backstab. Attacks from the front have no damage bonus and will do normal damage. Attacks from the side will deal 10% extra damage. Attacks from the back will do 25% extra damage, or more if the fighter attacking you has an extra bonus to their backstab attacks. This extra damage can be the difference between surviving or not, so be careful to face the directions you expect attacks to come from. Once again, this is also applied to your damage against enemies, and attacking from the side or back is a very powerful way to increase the damage you deal. This is the conclusion to part 1 of my Wakfu Introduction guide. I hope it was helpful and easy to understand. Thanks for checking it out.